Somewhere far beyond the sweep of the earth's solar wind, beyond the glittering arms of its spiral galaxy, lies a planet the size of a dream. The locals, though there are none, call it Somnora, or perhaps that is only what the visitors feel it should be called. Names don't quite work here. Time barely does. Language itself seems too sharp, too fast for a place this soft, this slow. Somnora turns just once every few thousand Earth days, caught in a gentle tidal sway around a faded sun, cool and distant. The light here is always dusk, or something like dusk. The sky is dark violet at the edges, and a pale jade overhead glows softly with a permanent hush. You cannot tell if it is evening or morning, but you don't mind. The body does not wonder what time it is on Somnora. You arrive not with engines or descent, but as though drifting from a forgotten thought, slowly settling toward the surface. There is no sound of wind, only the subtle movement of air, like the breath between two lines of a poem. The atmosphere is thicker than Earth's, but lighter on the skin, like floating through a sleep where you've long since left gravity behind. You drift down and down, being gently accepted. The ground beneath is not rock or soil, but a kind of cool, silken moss, glowing faintly with bioluminescent hues, a palette of purples, silvers and greens that shift and breathe like cloud shadows on a forest floor. Each step sinks ever so slightly, as if the planet exhales beneath your feet, accepting you as part of itself. The texture underfoot is soft enough to invite sleep, like walking across woven velvet, alive and pulsing faintly with warmth. You notice that wherever your feet make contact, the moss brightens just a little, responding with a welcome. It is as though the entire surface is aware of your presence, gently embracing you, then releasing you as you lift away again. There are no harsh edges, no abrupt changes. Every curve of the terrain slopes gradually into the next, as though even the geography wishes you to move without effort or strain. And then, without any thought at all, you float. You're not flying, not leaping, but a buoyant unmooring. Your feet lift off as though remembering they were never meant to stay grounded. The planet's thick air holds you, supports you. You rise a few feet, then settle again, only to drift upward once more. You are a feather in a deep blue sea of quiet. The sky overhead is not empty. It pulses with soft stars, clustered close, like growing embers of a celestial fire burned long ago. They are different here, more colours, less distance. The constellations do not resemble animals or gods, but gentle curves, spirals and dots, like the meditations of a monk drawn slowly into the sky. Some shift colours every few minutes, turquoise to deep gold, lavender to a soft, welcoming black. There are 3 moons, one vast and pale, like a frozen pearl, another small and deep red, pulsing faintly, and one that seems to blink in and out of existence, flickering like the breath between waking and sleeping. As you float just above the mossy ground, you breathe in, and the air, if it can be called that, enters your lungs like a memory. It is cool and slightly sweet, with a scent that reminds you of snowfall, warm stones, and some distant incense whose name you've forgotten but never stopped loving. You are alone, but not lonely. No other people walk on this planet, and yet it feels more companionable than any place you've ever known. The silence is not emptiness, it is presence, a deep, listening quiet, as though the entire planet is aware of you, without judgment, without interest, just a soft acknowledgement of your being here. You feel your inner world slowly synchronizing with this outer hush, The mind no longer chatters. The body no longer insists. The need to interpret, to compare or measure falls away like a leaf drifting from a still branch. There is no tension between you and this world, no separation. The silence seems to extend inward, echoing into the deepest folds of your awareness. Quiet was always waiting for you. Beneath all the doing, beneath all the becoming. Here, stillness isn't something you try to reach. It simply is. You feel your shoulders soften. Muscles long held tight begin to unclench. Thoughts that once ran in loops begin to dissolve like ink in water. There is nothing to do here. There is no story unfolding. There is only the gentle gravity of this stillness, asking nothing, offering everything. Above, one of the stars slowly expands into a glowing orb, closer than it should be, and as it opens, you realize it is not a star, but a kind of flower in the sky. Wide petals of soft white light spiral open and release a slow cascade of glowing pollen that drifts down like snow made of pearls. Each glowing particle lands gently in the air around you. They do not touch you exactly, but brush near your skin with a sensation like memory or the fading warmth of something you once held. Breathe in. The breath comes slow now, unforced, measured by the rhythm of the world itself. Inhale and float a little higher. Exhale and settle into stillness. This is a planet designed for surrender, for letting go of form, of effort, of identity. You begin to feel the edges of you become indistinct. Here, there is no self to defend, no need to be anything, no one to impress. You are simply awareness, presence, quiet breath in a vast and peaceful world. A distant chime sounds, not from a bell, but as though the wind itself has struck some invisible string. It hums through the air with a vibration that makes the moss under you shimmer in response. Everything here is connected, the sky and the ground, the breath and the silence, all part of one soft, dreamlike fabric. You drift toward a shallow pool of liquid glass. Its surface is perfectly still, reflecting not your body, but your mood. Soft clouds of colour slowly shifting, cool blues, amber warmth, a silver trace of longing that dissolves into rest. You touch the water with your foot, and ripples spiral outward in concentric rings of light that do not fade. The rings extend further than the eye can follow, overlapping like sound waves in a dream. Each ripple carries something, a thought forgotten, a care released, an echo of some old tension loosening and vanishing. The pool seems to listen. It absorbs your contact like a friend who says nothing and understands everything. The surface begins to glow faintly with the same hues found in your breath, evidence that what you feel here becomes part of the world itself. The air thickens slightly with warmth, the warmth of comfort, a kind of inner temperature rises in the space around you, like being wrapped in presence. You float again, endlessly floating. As though gravity has agreed to pause. The silence speaks in its own way. It tells you that it is okay to stop trying, that the effort of becoming can fall away, that the you who arrived is not the same one now held in this quiet sky. Drifting now, drifting between lavender trees that hum with unseen roots. You pass through air pockets that shimmer with colour. Each one seems to hold a feeling: acceptance, forgiveness, stillness, surrender. And as you move through them, you feel them enter you, like soft rain on thirsty earth. A ring of light glows in the distance, not from a building or sun, but from a natural formation. A circle of smooth, reflective stones suspended in the air. You float into their center, and the air changes again. Time stops completely. There is no past, no memory, no future, no narrative, no name. There is only the rhythm of the breath, in, out, in, out. And as you breathe in and out, you notice something inside you lets go. Lets go of tension. Lets go of identity, of needing to become. You are not dissolving. You are returning. The planet does not keep you. It never tries to. It simply holds you while you rest. And rest you do. Suspended in a cradle of air, lulled by stars that shift with your breath. And in your mind's eye, you see soft blues and greens pulsing like the heartbeat of the planet itself. You are not apart from it. You never were. There are no more words, no need for them, only this stillness, only this breath, only this letting go. And now you sleep.